Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Wednesday, June the 12th. I will be talking about the 1922-23 season after this video. I'm doing it in a bit of a different order today because why not? There's no NHL game tonight, but there is an AHL game tonight, and I am considering buying the package which would allow me to stream that through the AHL website because it might be a fun one tonight. Might be kind of fun to talk about an American Hockey League game. So George Peros decided that Draisaitl's hit on Barkov was not a deliberate attempt to injure. This from Elliot Friedman. And so that's why there was no fine. There was no suspension there. Sam Carrick was fined for slashing Kulikov. A bit of a right between the legs kind of a slash. And I don't qualify that really as slashing. But at any rate, that's what they call it. I consider that kind of spearing. But they don't have a separate basically idea for how to categorize that. But anyways, that's all that came out of that. So if you're looking for something on Ekblad, nothing came out of that. I didn't think anything would. I know there's a lot of fans that are really angry about things that did or didn't happen in the game and all that fun stuff. And the didn't part being this one wasn't thrown out, that person wasn't thrown out, this wasn't called, this wasn't called. Hey, it's playoff hockey. And as I've been saying in the history videos, I've been throwing out there in those videos that, like the career video I did this morning, player retires, becomes a referee in the 1930s. He's going to be a Hall of Famer someday, and fans still chanting Three Blind Mice when he would call the game. So, and that's almost 100 years ago. So, yeah. Barkov is skating. His status for the next game is unknown. I haven't seen anything on Darnell Nurse and whether or not he's going to play. It's a hip injury with Darnell Nurse. I don't think he plays, but we'll see whether he does or he doesn't. Barkov, he's skating today, so odds are I would think he's going to go. At the very least, he'll likely get on the plane, go with the team to Edmonton today, and I do think he plays tomorrow. I'd be very surprised if he didn't. So again, tonight we have Cleveland on one side of the ice, Hershey on the other side. It's Game 7 between the Bears and the Monsters. And then the winner plays Coachella Valley, who've been sitting back and just, letting these teams beat each other up a lot. And then they'll meet the winner in the final. They'll have a lot of rest. We'll see how that goes for them. Again, last year it was Coachella Valley and Hershey in the final. Could Cleveland pull it off? Could Cleveland do the reverse sweep? I will watch that tonight. In all likelihood, anyways. I'm weighing it. I do think I'll probably be watching that one. So that starts at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. The PWHL awards were granted yesterday, and Rookie of the Year goes to Grace Zumwinkle of the Minnesota franchise. Goaltender of the Year, Kristen Campbell of Toronto. Forward of the Year, Natalie Spooner of Toronto. She also won the Billie Jean King MVP award. Natalie Spooner had a great year until the injury and missed the rest of the playoffs. May very well have been a reason why Toronto doesn't win the championship. Coach of the Year, Troy Ryan of Toronto wins there. Keep in mind, Toronto got off to a bit of a rough early patch there and then turned it around. And so those are your award winners in the PWHL. Congratulations to them. We'll see how things go this coming season for everybody. Now that they've got the dry run out of the way, they've got the first year in. It was a very successful year for the PWHL. And the draft was pretty well received too. So the Washington Capitals made it official today as they became kind of the villains of hockey fandom. They announced that they have purchased Cap Friendly. Brian McClellan talking about how they'll use these tools. It'll help the analytics within their team, and that they've hired the 3 from the website to work with them and all this. And it's, again, for fans, it just sucks. It does. It sucks. Again, Puckpedia, I think it's Sportrack's the other one that has salary cap information on there. But it's interesting too, because by Washington buying this, it's come back to that conversation that I talked about yesterday with the NHL not wanting fans to necessarily have this information. Bettman even saying about Cap Friendly that, not all that information is going to be accurate. Basically, it's not all confirmed, but it's pretty well confirmed. And if it wasn't accurate, I would think you'd have players, because players go to the website. You have players saying, I didn't make that much, or my signing bonus wasn't that. No, it's pretty accurate. You'd have agents, too, that would report to Cap Friendly if the numbers were incorrect. So I just think, again, it's a situation where the NHL doesn't really want us to have all that information. So keep that in mind the next time that teams are well over LTIR and we're upset. odds are the brain trust at the NHL is thinking, I really wish the fans would just zip it and let us do our job. We're running the league. We decide when a team is out of bounds, not the fans, not armchair GMs and all that. At least that's how I've read it, and that's how the attitude from the NHL has been at times as well. Yeah, yeah, that's great. You guys have that information, but we have this under control. There's probably owners too thinking, why do they care if a team's over the cap? We're the ones paying the money, so who cares? If we don't raise a stink about it, if we don't care that that team's got more money to spend, then why should they care? So yeah, we'll see if anything else happens. Like for instance, Puckpedia. Does somebody buy that if that starts gaining a foothold? Do we start to see teams buying up these databases as soon as people create them? And if the Capitals have a really good offseason and if they're able to find some diamonds in the rough when they're signing contracts and when they're doing their thing this offseason, does that make it more likely other teams are like, you know what, let's do that? Now I'm going to say this too though. A lot of teams have their own setup. The Chicago Blackhawks have their own setup for how they track and view analytics. And I know Seattle has been ahead of the game when it comes to analytics as well. It may very well just be that maybe the Caps found that they were a little bit behind the curve, and this is kind of a cheat to get caught up to everybody else. But analytics, while we have the debate and everything, it's in the sport. It's there to stay. Tulsky, the new GM for Carolina, very vocal supporter of analytics and what they mean. And part of those analytics is going to be the cap hit and everything. And yeah, so maybe they'll take Money Puck next. Maybe that'll be next. That they say, all right, cap friendly now. We can buy Money Puck as the Capitals, and who knows. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Which website do you think gets bought next by a National Hockey League team? Again, salary cap related or maybe analytically related, something like that. But let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.